What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City live stream. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's game in the Premier League at home against Chelsea. A huge game when it comes to the potential of finishing in the top four come the end of the season. So we're going to speak about all the talking points. We've got a couple of players making their debut for Manchester City today. Got a couple of talking points from the team. Couple of talking points for this game as well. I'm excited, but also very cautious. And unlike me, pretty nervous for this game as well. This is a very big week for Manchester City. Huge game in the Premier League here when it comes to trying to finish in the top four. And a must-win game midweek against Club Brugge to qualify for the playoff of the Champions League. Otherwise, we're out of the Champions League and we're out of Europe and we're not even out of January. So plenty to ponder and plenty to think about for Manchester City today. So before I do crack on with this live stream, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. We're now less than 300 subscribers away from my aim of 41,000 subscribers. Can we get there before January is out? I think so. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links, which you can find in the description. Or if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my social media, then you can find them scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Do go and check out my email as well. Link is in the description if you want to go and hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the stream. We're doing very well when it comes to the likes. We're aiming for 100 likes. We're only 68 likes away from that goal. We're 18 likes away from 50. Can we get to 50 before we get to kickoff? That would be sensational. So if you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up on the stream. Also, don't forget to get your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and your score prediction. So we've got all things football tuning in. Much appreciated. Welcome. Nadir, welcome. Thank you for tuning in once more. Madda, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Rain, hello. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Icy as well. Thanks for tuning in once more. Much appreciated. AJX, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Also, Ishan, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Narks, hope I've that is pronounced correctly there, and that is Narks. Tuning in from New York today. We've got Ishan tuning in from India. We've got All Things Football tuning in from the United States of America as well, so welcome. We have got Ronaldo tuning in from Trinidad. JSGC being represented in North America. We've got representation in the Caribbean. We've got representation in India as well. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As I said, do let me know where you're tuning in from. Taylor, welcome once more. Much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. And Jean, thanks for tuning in as well. Got some score predictions in here nice and early. All Things Football going for a 2-1 win for City. I reckon it might be a draw, 1-1. Ishan, nice and positive, going 3-2 to Manchester City. We've got Edward in the chat as well, tuning in from South Africa. We've got South Africa in the room as well. Much appreciated. Big shout out to all you legends for tuning in. And don't forget to interact with me on the live stream. That would be much appreciated. We've got Ian on the chat as well. We've got Andial tuning in from South Africa. We've got 2 representations from South Africa. Absolutely love that. Nitin tuning in from India as well. Nice and positive, going for 3-0 too. So welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Very quickly before we crack on with the stream, if any of you guys are new around here and you've not tuned into any of my live streams before, we do have a couple of rules when it comes to the live stream. So very simple rules, pretty obvious, no spoiling it for others, and have a good time. Pretty much it. Rightio, do go and check out today's video sponsor, guys, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I did roll my intro video for SofaScore at the beginning of the stream. If you do want to go and check them out, it's a very highly rated app, available internationally. They're going to keep you up to date with the latest football scores, along with the latest match information, match statistics, and so much more. It's not just limited to football. It's got all the sports scores and information that you guys love to follow. So NFL, cricket, rugby, hockey, darts, all the sports, they're all covered on there, so do go and check it out. It's a free app to download. Just use the link in the description, the link in the chat, or the QR code on screen, and anyone that does do that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It is free and worthwhile checking out, so do go and do so. I'm going to roll my promo video very quickly, and then we're going to speak about the teams. So a huge thank you there to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. I'm just having a quick browse of the latest scores. Bournemouth picking up an emphatic win against Nottingham Forest at home, 5-0. Has the bubble burst for Nottingham Forest there? Means if City can win today, we can make some gains on third place and also move into fourth. Brighton, they've lost at home to Everton, a brilliant away win there for Everton, and just starting to get a bit of momentum under new manager David Moyes. Liverpool picked up a win, 4-1 winners against Ipswich Town at Anfield, no surprises there. Southampton 1, Newcastle 3, big 3 points that's for Newcastle. Got the job done in the end. I think that went 3-2 and VAR disallowed a goal for Southampton, but an emphatic 3 points there for Newcastle. And, Newcastle, Bournemouth, I'm expecting them to be hot on the tails of Manchester City, so we've got to try and keep them at bay with a difficult schedule coming up for City. It's important that we can pick up the win today in this game, and Arsenal beat Wolves by a goal to 0, but interestingly, I can see that there's been a couple of red cards in that game, and Arsenal picked up a red card, so it's going to be Lewis Skelly, their left back. He's going to be out suspended for next weekend's game between Arsenal and Manchester City, and of course we have got the City-Chelsea game, which we're going to go through right now. Big welcome to Karsten for tuning in, much appreciated. Shanna, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. John, welcome, thanks for tuning in. Julia, welcome, thanks for tuning in as well. Verico, thank you for tuning in. Myelin, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Welcome everybody, and have a good time. Mordecai, thanks for tuning in from Zambia. We've got Shrey in the chat, much appreciated. Karsten's tuning in from Aachen in Germany, love that, thank you for tuning in. We've got Germany in the room as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So do get your locations put into the chat. Where's everybody tuning in from today on the international JSGC stream? Nadir, thank you for tuning in. I will speak about my predictions in just one moment. So, Manchester City, I'm feeling confident, positive and optimistic today. Cautiously optimistic. So I'm gonna vote for Man City to win. Do get your votes on the poll, guys, which is running at the top of the chat. 88% of you guys going with a City win, 7% for a Chelsea win, and 5% with a draw. We've got Sweden in the chat. We've got Uzbekistan tuning in, wanting to watch Khusanov, of course, making his debut for Manchester City today, which will be great. Just thanks for tuning in from Jamaica. Got more representation in the Caribbean. Welcome everybody for tuning in. Shrey tuning in from India. Love that. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Right, let's speak about the teams. We'll start with our opponents first. Chelsea. They're lining up today with a 4-2-3-1 formation led by manager Enzo Maresca, former Manchester City assistant manager. He left Manchester City to become manager of Leicester City last season. He got them promoted to the Premier League. He got himself a promotion to the head coach of Chelsea. He's helping them to try and secure Champions League football once more. Didn't even make a European spot for last season, so Chelsea very well rested. Not played since Monday. They're not playing again until next Monday. Plenty of rest, plenty of opportunities for Chelsea to carry things over, keep things ticking and trying to keep up points. So it's very important today that Manchester City can try and make some serious gains and pick up a win from this game. We, of course, beat Chelsea in the reverse fixture, first game of the season at Stamford Bridge, and something similar here wouldn't go amiss. Sibueli, thanks for tuning in from South Africa. Excited to see our 2 new signings. I think we're all excited to see our new signings, so I hope so. I hope they put in a good performance and we can see what they're made of. I'm excited to see Khusanov. He's rapid, he's quick. Kyle Walker's left. We need somebody in who's got legs, who can do a bit of running, and Khusanov's ready to try and fill that void for Manchester City. And of course, we've got the very much in form Omar Marmoush as well, helping Manchester City in attack today. Hopefully he can carry on his really good season of grabbing goals and assists. So looking forward to them. So Chelsea lining up Robert Sanchez in goal. Reece James captains the side, starting at right back. Question is, will he be able to see out the full 90 minutes? He's very injury prone. It's rare we meet a player more injury prone than John Stones, but Reece James, he fits the bill. We've got Chalobah and Colwill starting at centre-back. The risk in Colwill ahead of former Manchester City man Tosin Adarabioyo. We've got Marc Cucurella starting at left-back. In midfield, you have got fresh legs of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez just come back from injury. And I think Dewsbury Hall may be a bit unlucky to miss out in starting this game, but they give the nod to Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer starts further ahead of them behind striker Nicolas Jackson. It's going to be Madueke starting on the right wing, and Jadon Sancho given a start on the left wing, another former Manchester City man. Plenty of options from the bench for Chelsea today, including backup goalkeeper Jorgensen. They've got Gusto, Adarabioyo, Achampong, Disasi, Dewsbury Hall, Pedro Neto, Gueye and Nkunku all on the bench for Chelsea today. The average age of the Chelsea team today is at 23.8 years, so a lot of youth in there. For Manchester City, still pretty experienced. We've got a couple of young players featuring and making their debuts, including Khusanov and also Omar Marmoush, but still Manchester City's average age of their squad at 26.9 years. Yeah. Okay, right, let's speak about Manchester City then. We're lining up today. Ederson, given the nod ahead of Stefan Ortega. Spoke about in my preview that I'd give Ederson this game, and if Ederson can keep a clean sheet, I would let him go for Club Brugge. However, we conceded 4 against PSG, and if we end up conceding 2, 3, 4 goals, even more so in this game, Ederson comes out, Ortega goes in, and if Ortega impresses against Club Brugge and from there on out, then I don't really see a way back in for Ederson. He's in for distribution, but he's got to tighten up when it comes to shots coming in on goal, making sure that the saves are pulled off, and ensuring that City are keeping the score down, because what we can't afford to be doing is conceding 2, 3, 4 goals every game, because we're not going to be picking up many wins when we're doing so. And I just think goalkeeper is something that City can improve on. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be addressed in this window, but it's a bit unstable. I don't know if Ederson's going to be here come next season. I don't know if Ortega's going to be here come next season, which means there is the potential problem there. And I'm not entirely sure that Man City know who their number 1 goalkeeper is. So, yeah. There we go. Anyway, Ederson given the nod. Back 4 for City. SofaScore have got Akanji, and I've seen Sky Sports, who are broadcasting today's game in the UK, have got Akanji on the right, but I'm almost certain on the right it's going to be Khusanov, not Manuel Akanji. I reckon he goes on the right side of centre-back. I reckon Akanji's going through the middle, and Josko Gvardiol goes on the left. I think Matheus Nunes will go at the inverted spot, what we normally see from Rico Lewis. He potentially could go on the left, but I think we'll see him on the right. Alongside him in midfield, you'll see Mateo Kovacic. It may be a case where Matheus Nunes gets given more attacking freedom in this game, and Kovacic and Gundogan are going to play almost as a double pivot in midfield. Worked quite well against Ipswich, but their midfield was only a 2-man midfield and quite slow. Chelsea's got a 2-man midfield, but it's not slow. It's full of energy, fresh legs, and quality. And City need to be really wary of that. And whilst it's worked against Ipswich, thumbs up, great. Is it going to work against Chelsea? We'll have to wait and see. In attack's very interesting. Bernardo Silva captains the side, and he starts today. And I wouldn't have started Bernardo Silva because he's got no form. He's not injured. He's just got no form. He's not been very good. And I think it's a bit of a kick in the teeth for Jack Grealish, who grabbed a goal and looked really lively when he came on against PSG midweek. And he doesn't start this game. James McAtee, we want him to stay at the club. Give him an opportunity. Fresh legs. Players with points to prove. Who want to impress. Who want to start. At the moment, they've got Bernardo Silva out on the right wing. Bernardo Silva's got absolutely nothing to prove when it comes to playing well for Manchester City. He's not in very good form. I'd have preferred for us to have gone with somebody else. He starts. That's really interesting. Are we going to drop him a bit deeper? And it may just be a case of what I was mentioning then before, where Matheus Nunes is going to be playing further in attack and potentially seeing Matheus Nunes go in left wing. Phil Foden's going to move across to the right wing, and Erling Haaland's going to start up top with Omar Marmoush potentially as the second striker playing behind him. Don't forget, Omar Marmoush is an attacker. Doesn't have a designated position. He can play on the right. He can play on the left. He can play through the centre, behind the striker, and as the striker as well. He's versatile, and it's exactly the kind of player that we're looking for, who's very much in form. He's done nothing but impress all season for Eintracht Frankfurt. He is, as to quote Omar Marmoush himself, dangerous. And he is a player that Chelsea have really got to try and keep quiet. And what I'm excited for here is Chelsea's defence are going to be so occupied with man-marking Erling Haaland out this game, like all Premier League teams try and do. Omar Marmoush could be given some space and time on the ball. He's dangerous. He likes to have shots. He's not scared to have a shot. He'll be having a good pop, and I'm really excited. I haven't been this excited about an attacker making their debut since Erling Haaland. Before that, Sergio Aguero when he came on and grabbed a couple of goals against Swansea in his debut season. I could see Omar Marmoush going out there and grabbing a goal or two for Manchester City today. There's some more fresh legs. It looks more fresh for Manchester City. It looks better. The question is, there's still some tired legs with still some teething problems. So we're going to see what Pep Guardiola's cooking up here for Manchester City and what he wants Manchester City to play with here, because I'm uncertain about where Foden, Bernardo, Matheus Nunes are going to be in this game. Is Khusanov going on the right? Is he going through the centre? What's Akanji going to do? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, on the bench for Manchester City, and it's looking much stronger, this bench from Manchester City. Stefan Ortega, John Stones, Rico Lewis, Vitor Reis could make his debut today for Manchester City as well. Kevin De Bruyne finally gets his rest. Jack Grealish, James McAtee, Nico O'Reilly, Savinho. That is a very strong bench from Manchester City. Plenty of options. And we've still got players to come back. Jeremy Doku, not too far away. Ruben Dias, he's going to be out for a few weeks, I reckon, but I don't think it'll be too long before we see him again. I reckon we'll see him again at some point in February, along with Nathan Ake, and the return of Oscar Bob. So we have the potential, in the next 4 weeks, to have everybody back if we can avoid injuries, bar Rodri. Now, if we can make 1 or 2 more quality signings, our squad's near enough good to go. And this is why I'm feeling optimistic, guys. I was thinking about this when I saw the teams announced, and had Manchester City held on to their lead in Paris and picked up a big 3 points, we would have been sat here knowing Manchester City are in the playoffs of the Champions League, guaranteed. Knowing that if we pick up a win against Club Brugge, we more than likely will have a home tie for the second leg of the playoffs in the Champions League. Unbeaten in 2025, won our last Premier League game by 6-0 away from home. Few new signings into the team, and we'd all be sitting here really positive. It's amazing what one result does for Manchester City. It really is. And what causes me lots of concern about that performance midweek isn't necessarily the result, it's more just how Manchester City were playing, because we got outplayed midweek. Chelsea's eyes will have been watching that game, and they're going to want to try and outplay Manchester City in this game on our own patch, and we're not going to put up with such things when it comes to playing at the Etihad Stadium. So really important, really interesting. I want Manchester City to go out and lay out a statement today to show that we're serious about finishing in the top 4, to showcase that we don't fear Club Brugge coming to the Etihad Stadium on Wednesday. I don't care that they're unbeaten in nearly 20 games. The Etihad Stadium needs to be a fortress. If we want to be have success come the end of the season, it needs to be a fortress. And I think new signings, new blood, 5:30 p.m. GMT kickoff time. Everybody's been out enjoying themselves in Manchester and around the ground, I'm sure, today. Should be a good atmosphere. Hopefully a really good game, and hopefully 3 points for Manchester City. Positive from me, 3-1 City. Haaland scores first, Jackson equalises, 1-1 at half-time. Second half, Foden continues his good form, and Marmoush debut goal. Heard it here first, 3-1 Manchester City. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Apologies that I've fallen a little behind on the chat. So we've got Uzbekistan in the chat. We've got Patrick tuning in from Sweden, which is much appreciated. Shrey tuning in from India. We've got OGA tuning in from Haiti. Thank you for tuning in. We've got more Caribbean representation. Love that. Shana tuning in from the USA, from North Carolina. I'm sure the weather in North Carolina is a little bit nicer than what it is in the UK. We had some strong winds yesterday, but weather thankfully okay today. Looks crystal clear outside actually, so I presume it's going to be quite a crisp evening. Nick, thanks for tuning in, going 3-2 Manchester City. Deepak, thanks for tuning in as well. Stones, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. JS, thanks for tuning in. Marius, thanks for tuning in. Taylor, yeah, we've hit 50 likes, we're on 52. Let's go 60. Players have just made their way out the tunnel. 8 more likes. Can we get to 60 likes before we hit kickoff? Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. If I missed anybody, then apologies for that. FBI, thanks for tuning in, supporting Abdukodir Khusanov, Manchester City's newest signing. Jean, yeah, very interested. I'm not too sure why FIFA's president is at today's game, actually, because it's a big game. I don't know if there's been any scheduled meetings or anything. I'm not too sure. City and Leeds channel, thanks for tuning in, going 3-2 for Manchester City. Nadir, feeling a little less optimistic, going 3-1 Chelsea today. Morik, thanks for tuning in, going for a 2-2 draw. So we're just about to have kickoff, so don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the stream. Just 2 likes now away from 60. Subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links are in the description. Do go and check it out. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including your score predictions for today's game and where everybody's tuning in from. Stop Online Hate, thank you for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. And finally, a big shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. Rightio then, we are nearly ready for kickoff. Tinch going with 6-1, I presume, to Manchester City. Mo going 6-1, the new Egyptian king with 2. Haaland with 2. Foden and Bernardo also to grab a goal as well. Referring to Marmoush as the Egyptian pharaoh. So there we go. Aaron, thanks for tuning in. I've not got commentary on, so I can't hear who's doing the commentary, I'm afraid, to confirm if Peter Drury is commentating on the game or not. Tinch reckons a Haaland hat-trick. It looks like we're going to have a minute's silence. Former Manchester City man Dennis Law sadly passed away earlier this month. Incredible player for both Manchester City and Manchester United. It's nice that we're going to get a really nice tribute to Dennis Law. I imagine they're going to mention Tony Buck. Yeah, they've got Tony Buck mentioned in there as well, which is a great touch. They've dimmed the lights in there. It's going to be a minute's applause. Really good stuff from Manchester City, who are paying honour to 2 club legends. Fantastic servants for the club. Grafted hard, did everything they can for the club and working in the community as well. And all the thoughts go out to the family and friends of both Tony Buck and Dennis Law's family and friends. Very sad times. I'm sure the City faithful will show their appreciation to 2 wonderful players and wonderful servants of the football club. And rest in peace to both of them. Good stuff from the Chelsea fans and players showing their respect as well. I respect it and rate it. Bobby Kennedy's also been mentioned as well. I missed that one. Thank you for pointing out, John. I've just seen it come up there as well. 3 former Manchester City players there. Yeah, the thoughts and condolences from everybody associated with my channel there goes out to the family and friends of the 3 wonderful servants to this wonderful football club. And we're getting a little sing-song. So a nice little touch that from Manchester City. Brought in, I think it's a kids' choir. And making a really nice tribute there to 3 wonderful players. I'm sure Mickey Summerby, who's in attendance today, watching on there, will have a lump in his throat. And really brings things into perspective, really. With football, we all sit here and moan and complain about form and performances and stuff. There's bigger problems out there, of course. Wonderful tribute that from Manchester City. Really wonderful tribute. All right, we do hit 60 likes. Brilliant stuff. Thank you guys so much. That's much appreciated. Only 40 to go to 100, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do leave a thumbs up. Much appreciated, guys. So, Chelsea get us underway. They're attacking from right to left, with City attacking from left to right. Manchester City playing in their home shirts today. Sky blue shirts, white shorts and navy blue socks. Chelsea playing in their home shirts, navy blue shirts, shorts and white socks. Here is Ederson. He's playing in the first ever kit to be played and designed by AI. And it seems to be a direction that Puma are going in with Manchester City. Letting some AI-designed kits be voted for our 3rd kit. Not for next season, but for the season after, the 2026-2027 season. So, first touches here for Abdukodir Khusanov. And, there's an early opportunity here. Marmoush has got this under control. What a debut this could be! Oh! So, good save from Sanchez. It's a first opportunity for Omar Marmoush. Nice pass into the channel from Khusanov. And he's onside there, Marmoush. Cucurella is playing him onside. He does well to take the touch. And I said he likes to shoot. Strikes the ball and forces the save from the keeper. A lovely bright start that from Manchester City. I think the linesman's given offside. He wasn't offside. I'm going to confirm he was not offside there. So, had that ball gone in, that would have gone to VAR. And I think that had accounted. Anyway, Chelsea send the ball up long. Khusanov can't put his head onto it. Oh, it's a mistake. And surely Chelsea are in. It's 1-0. Oh, it's a huge error from the man making his debut, Khusanov. He tries to head it back to the keeper. He's not aware of the danger around him. And Chelsea make it 1-0. It's a nightmare debut there for Khusanov. And only 2 minutes in, Chelsea lead here at the Etihad. It's a disastrous start for Manchester City. It's a disastrous start to his City career for the man from Uzbekistan. Ederson comes in and gives him some instructions, but he needs to put his foot through that and just get rid of it. He just needs to put his foot through that and get rid of it. What is he doing? What is he doing? It's a horrific mistake from Manchester City. It's horrific. And after that bright start and that early opportunity for Omar Marmoush, Khusanov at the other end. Is at fault there for Manchester City. Chelsea gift-wrapped a goal. I'm afraid it's a big learning curve. Khusanov is young. He's raw. I did mention this, and it's a learning curve. It's difficult. It's difficult to come in and adapt straight away to... Khusanov's given the ball away again. Khusanov's given the ball away. He's taken Cole Palmer out, and that's going to be a yellow card. Khusanov inside the first 3 minutes gift wraps Chelsea a goal and is shown a yellow card, and he looks nervous. He's too casual on the pass there, and he's not aware of the pressing, and he just brings down... Khusanov just brings down Cole Palmer there. He recognises the dangers there, so he's just going to slide in. And it's so difficult for a player to come in who's never played in the Premier League before. He doesn't know what the pace is like. He doesn't know what the pressing's like. He doesn't know how the game works. I don't even think he speaks English. So I don't know how City have managed to communicate with him. I think they brought Fernandinho in and had him around the first team squad this week to speak Russian because he can speak Russian. So some defending here for City to do. A shot comes in on goal and it's wide. City just need to try and slow the tempo of this game down. Doesn't cause me that much concern that City have gone 1-0 behind early on. It is a big learning curve for Khusanov. The point that I'm trying to make with him, he's given the ball away again. The point that I'm trying to make with him is the pressing game in the Premier League, in particular from teams early on, it's not uncommon for teams to have a pop at us for the first 15, 20 minutes, the first phase of the game. He isn't going to have that understanding this early into the season. And in an optimistic, brilliant world, we have fit players. Khusanov gets gradually brought into the squad, but we've not got the options. He's got to start, and he's got to learn. He's got to learn. I do think Manchester City just need to they're trying to rush things. I'm hoping that Khusanov's going to take a little bit of confidence from the fact that it was his pass that led to Nunes being able to play the through ball to Omar Marmoush. So Khusanov has got the passing capabilities. City wouldn't have brought him in if he can't pass and can't play the Pep way. He wouldn't have been brought in. He can. Just needs to try and compose himself. He's made an error. He's got a yellow card. It's done. Brush it off. And look to improve from there. Khusanov's he's there for pace. He's there for, if they want to play on the counter, that's a beautiful through ball looking for Omar Marmoush, and he's reading the game really well there, Marmoush. He wants a goal on debut. He really does. I just think City need to try and slow things down a little bit. Try and force Chelsea in onto the back foot. Matheus Nunes gets his head onto it. Bernardo Silva brought down. Referee says, no free kick. No free kick. Ridiculous. So it's looking like Bernardo's going through the middle. Foden's more going out wide. It's a lovely step forward, that from Khusanov. Through ball's going to come in from Cucurella. And there we see the attributes of Khusanov. That he's going to try that through ball over the top. Looking for Nicolas Jackson to run onto it. Khusanov's got the pace. Can keep up with him. Here's Bernardo then. To Kovacic. Well, I think the good thing that we've got with Omar Marmoush, and you could see a really good partnership forming with Erling Haaland here. Defenders want to keep Erling Haaland quiet. They're going to have to put two players around Haaland. So if there's two players always around Haaland, there's space for Omar Marmoush to basically do whatever he wants with it. And as long as he carries on his form from the Bundesliga, eventually the Premier League teams are going to cotton on that they've got to keep Omar Marmoush quiet. And to do so means they're going to either have to put extra defenders on, change the formation, change their philosophy and style of play, or you take a defender off Erling Haaland. And if you're going to ask a defender to go one-on-one with Erling Haaland unless they're an incredible defender. Most Premier League defenders are going to struggle to do so. So there's a real headache there. City have just got to try and find a way to work. As Cole Palmer's in here. And it's squared across and should be 2-0 Chelsea. Oh, it's a great block. Khusanov with a great block. Now, that's where he needs to take encouragement. Oh, the counter-attack's on here for City. Here's Bernardo Silva. Nunes is forward. Foden's forward. Haaland and Marmoush are there. Ball comes across to Gundogan. Josko Gvardiol's on the overlap. Put a ball in. Low ball. Go across. Oh, go again. Oh, there's too much on that. Looking for Foden there. Good stuff that from Manchester City. This is really end-to-end now. So poor pass from Nicolas Jackson, and Manchester City are going to come forward here. And this is starting to go end-to-end again. Here's Bernardo Silva. Crowd are well up for this. To Foden. Just dinks one over looking for Haaland. Just going to have to dink that one back over, and just a little bit too much on it. He still finds Bernardo. Foden. Bit of space. Might have a shot. He does. Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post, guys. Off the post. Frantic start this. Anyway, guys, 35 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe. And also don't forget, check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Get a replay of the opportunity there for Chelsea. It was Khusanov playing Cole Palmer onside, but it's Khusanov who makes the block from the shot from Jadon Sancho. And City go at the other end, and Foden, it's as close as that, hits the post. Half a yard to the other side. It's the inside of the post. And that is 1-1. Fine margins. Nearly 2-0. Then nearly 1-1. Still 1-0 Chelsea lead. Here's Bernardo Silva. This is a frantic game. And it's not the best of passes from Bernardo. Nunes has done well to keep that in. Foden just dinks one. I think you were looking for Omar Marmoush. He's got too much on that. And goes out of play for a goal kick to Chelsea. Khusanov huffs. Got Ruben Dias and Rodri on the bench. Boy, we could do with them, couldn't we? Long ball comes in. Nunes gets his foot onto it. It's a weak pass from Khusanov, and he finds Ederson just about. Gundogan back to Khusanov, and these backwards passes from Khusanov are scaring me. Akanji works his pass back to Ederson. Chelsea not pressing as much here. Bernardo Silva's going to drop deep to pick the ball up. Here's Manuel Akanji once more for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Ederson. Here's Khusanov to Nunes. Looks to play his ball forward. Cucurella will intercept. He's just going to nod that back to Enzo Fernandez. He'll go all the way back to Sanchez, and Manchester City will take that opportunity to push their defensive line forward. In the meantime, Chelsea look to play it out from the back, and Cole Palmer just knocks a ball long. Looking for Madueke. He can't get there. And Manchester City can come away with the ball. Here is Josko Gvardiol then to Ilkay Gundogan. Josko Gvardiol needs to make the run there. He had a bit of space to run into. I know Reece James is quick, but there was a bit of space to work with. Here's Matheus Nunes to Bernardo. Kovacic, he will look for Josko Gvardiol in that space. Reece James is hanging very tight to the centre-backs, and not the best of balls in from Josko Gvardiol, and Chelsea will take their opportunity just to lump that downfield and get the ball out of play. But Manchester City done a good job here of having Chelsea pinned in. Gundogan to Akanji. Omar Marmoush just needs to look across the line. He was offside there, so if a through ball came in, it would have been offside. Here's Kovacic, just a weak pass. City's passing's not as slick as what you'd expect. Cole Palmer can't turn his man, and that's just going to roll on through to Ederson. Cole Palmer, of course, former City man, will have a point to prove. It was Manchester City that sold him to Chelsea last summer. Here's Gundogan to Omar Marmoush. He's going to burst forward here for City. Gives the ball to Josko Gvardiol. Ilkay Gundogan. To Josko Gvardiol. Here's Manuel Akanji. Chelsea just dropping deep. The energy seems to have gone from them first 10 minutes. This is what I was saying before about Khusanov. He'll learn that teams will have a little pop in phases, and then they'll stop because they've not got the energy. It looked like handball that from Enzo Fernandez, but referee says no. And here's Jadon Sancho coming forward. Wants to go onto his right. He has to go onto his left. The ball in is cut off by Akanji. Here's Colwill now. To Cucurella. Back to Colwill. He's going to work it now to Chalobah. It's Chelsea's turn to see if they can create. It's almost occupying as like a front four from Chelsea. Madueke on one side, Sancho on the other. Cole Palmer sits almost on par with Nicolas Jackson. In the meantime, Chelsea are just going to knock it round. Come to expect no less. They play a very similar style to City. Remember, Enzo Maresca straight from the Pep Guardiola School of Football. Former Manchester City assistant manager. So he'll look to try and play a similar style, looking for the space, the high pressing, the ball retention. Chelsea just knocked the ball out of play. They wanted a free kick, referee says. No free kick, throw in Manchester City. To the cheers of the City crowd. Khusanov works a forward pass looking for Matheus Nunes. Given away by Cucurella. Goes out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Pep Guardiola just issuing out the instructions. Not happy with something. I'm not too sure who he's speaking to. I think he's speaking with Kovacic. Here is Bernardo Silva then to Khusanov. As I said, don't have to be too concerned about City going behind. We're the second best team at scrambling points from losing positions this season. Newcastle the only team better than us. If City manage to come away with a point, we'll join Newcastle at the top with picking up points from losing positions. If we win this game, we'll go top of that. So it doesn't cause me that much concern that City go a goal behind. Gundogan's just going to take this free kick for City. Takes it short to Bernardo Silva. He's going to look to work this back into the Chelsea half. Here's Gundogan now to Josko Gvardiol. It's all very congested. Could do with someone like Nunes just trying to help stretch this pitch. Kovacic plays one forward to Nunes. He looked offside and is offside. So a free kick for Chelsea. Okay, I agree. Boy Racer says, time for some radical positivity, people. Enjoy the season, get to watch the games, not worry too much about the results. We're not going to be relegated. It's one of them unique seasons. It's just we want some success. And I think we'd all feel... I think we all know that City aren't winning the title. I think we'd all feel a lot better if we knew that City were making gains upon successfully cementing a top four spot. The problem is the schedule for the next few weeks is very difficult for City, so it's important that we try and win this game. It's a 6-pointer. We can't afford to be handing a win here to Chelsea. If Chelsea win here and we lose against Arsenal next weekend, and Chelsea manage to come away with 3 points next Monday, City have a huge mountain to climb come the end of the season. It could be too much for City to do by the time we get through the difficult schedule into March. So I think positivity comes from results as I was saying before, if Man City had beaten or held on to that lead that we had in Paris on Wednesday night, I think everyone would have been feeling really optimistic. Couple of new players, bench looking much stronger, players getting a chance to be rotated. We'd already been through in the Champions League, and we would have had not as many problems to worry about, and we'd have been oozing confidence. But it only takes one thing to go wrong, and all of a sudden comes a bit of a domino effect. And I think that's what we've seen from City, because at the moment, 5 goals conceded in the last, 45 minutes of football that we've played. Scored a couple of goals just before that. We've done a good job here of just slowing the pace of this game down, which is what I was calling for. Just it was getting a bit of a ding dong, increases City's chances of scoring a goal, but also severely increases the chances of City going 2-0 behind. And if we go 2-0 behind today, we're going to struggle to pick up points from this game. So all about game management. Slow the pace down. Keep grafting. Wait for your opportunities. Work your way through Chelsea. Try and be at your creative best. Ensure that you're not giving Chelsea any freebies and push on from there. Chelsea just trying to put the squeeze onto City, but as Enzo Fernandez was pushing forward to try and press, just kind of took the foot off the gas. I'm surprised that they're not doing more to try and force a mistake from Khusanov, considering his sloppy start for the first 3 minutes. Handing a gift to Chelsea for the goal, and then going straight into the book. I imagine City will probably want to give John Stones maybe 20 minutes today just to see how he's responding, because we haven't got Khusanov or Marmoush available midweek in the Champions League must-win game against Bruges. So if we're aiming for fresh legs, then I think City will be reluctant to make too many changes. And in an ideal world, you'd want to keep Khusanov and Marmoush on the pitch for 90 minutes because they're not going to be available midweek. So they don't need rotating to keep them fresh. It's lovely football that. Kovacic finds Foden. It's a lovely pass. Here's Josko Gvardiol. He's got the run of Marmoush. Oh! Inches away from finding the equaliser for Manchester City. It's a wicked ball from Josko Gvardiol. He's got a smile on his face there, Marmoush. Read that really well. So close to the equaliser. Lovely slick football from Manchester City. He was offside, so it wouldn't have counted. So a couple of times I've noticed that with Marmoush. He needs to time his runs. I think he's very eager at the mo. Oh, lovely pressing from City. And they're unlucky not to come away with the ball there, City. Good combination from Khusanov and Foden. Do you know, since that sloppy start from Khusanov, he's made a good block. He's pressing. And he's looking a bit sharper. It's been a good response from Khusanov. Sloppy giveaway from Chelsea, and Josko Gvardiol puts it in the path of Marmoush. He goes down. Should be a free kick. Is a free kick. Edge of the penalty area. Does Marmoush take 3 kicks? These are the questions. He's lively, isn't he, Marmoush? He's getting in all kinds of space. Does really well just to protect the ball there. He knows that Reece James is coming. Look how quick he is. If the referee wanted to play the advantage to get back on his feet. And Marmoush has got the number 7 on his back. Of course he takes free kicks. Gundogan's over this. Foden's over this. Marmoush is over this. Kovacic has come over to have the conversation. Referee's just going to sort Chelsea's wall out. Some discussions going on here. No language barrier for Omar Marmoush. He does speak English. Speaks very good English as well. The Egyptian pharaoh. I think Omar Marmoush is going to have this one. Go on then. Let's see what he can do. Foden and Marmoush over this. Going to be Marmoush straight into the wall. Khusanov has a shot. Oh, the 2 new City lads there combining. And it's going to be a throw into Manchester City. He gets a good clean connection on that Khusanov. A good block as well. Kyle Walker may have left the club. But we've got another defender who likes to put his foot through it and have a shot. And it weren't a bad effort from Khusanov. And Nunes does really well, gets a corner for Manchester City. Foden, I think, wants to take this quick. Cucurella is going to get back into position. And I think Marc Cucurella is a good example of what a player with a small stature can do to be successful in the Premier League. And if I was... loads of players and teams hate Marc Cucurella. He's the kind of player you hate to play against. Foden tries to find Gundogan, working the corner there. But he does a great job in just being a huge nuisance, very physically strong for someone so small. And to me, it's what City should be trying to do with Rico Lewis. Oh, Josko Gvardiol! Gvardiol! Surely! Oh, it's over the bar! It's over the bar! What an opportunity on his weaker right foot. And that should be 1-1. Should be 1-1. And he's just leaning back a little bit too much there. He's right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Clears the crossbar. Should be finding the back of the net there. He knows. He's whacking his head. He knows. And City putting pressure onto Chelsea there. Time wasting. The referee shows the yellow card. Colwell's not happy. He's doing sarcastic thumbs up to the referee. Said he wanted the whistle to let him know that he can take the goal kick. And Robert Sanchez slips in his clearance. And City just trying to get the foot onto the ball. And Chelsea do a good job under pressure here of just trying to take the pressure off their team. And the City fans are encouraging the players to put the squeeze and press on. Nunes gets a flick onto that, and that'll go out of play for a throw-in to Chelsea. So Colwell into the book along with Khusanov, 2 yellow cards. City trying to get a bit of atmosphere going, showing their appreciation there. And it's been a good response, this, from Manchester City since going behind. They've created a couple of good opportunities. They've put pressure onto Chelsea. It's nearly a poor giveaway there from Robert Sanchez. Marmoush tries to put Chalobah under pressure, but he clears Marmoush, and Chalobah's just been given free reign of the pitch. He's burst about 60 yards forward there, and Madueke into a good position to maybe put a ball into the box. He's to the byline, he goes across, and Manuel Akanji there does a good job in making sure he's in the right place at the right time to make the block, and City can come away with the football. Here's Josko Gvardiol under pressure. Lovely from Josko Gvardiol. Does really well there. The crowd show their appreciation. Much better from Josko Gvardiol. I know a lot of people have been laying out their criticisms of Josko Gvardiol, but obviously with not as much defensive responsibility today, he can go more onto the left-hand side, a position that I think Josko Gvardiol looks much better in than playing as a centre-back. I know he's a defender, but I don't think defensive skills are his best outlet. His best outlet is his ability to get forward. So if we can find opportunities to get him forward, then great. So it's looking like Akanji and Khusanov are going to be the 2 defenders that stay back, and Josko Gvardiol gets given more freedom to almost get free reign on that left-hand side, and it will get opportunities like lingering on the back post, and they want to guard him on his left foot, so he'll go on his right and put a shot on goal. Everything was right there from Man City with that opportunity, and through ball comes in looking for Foden. He looked offside, and linesman has his flag up, and it is offside on Phil Foden there. He just stepped forward, a yard offside. So Khaldoon's given some relation improvements there. We've got Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, in attendance for today's game. Khaldoon sat next to him and giving him some tips and pointers. Maybe a suggestion of Manchester City just improving their relations in the worldwide football politics there, as a through ball comes in from Chelsea, and Ederson's on that quick, puts his head onto it, shoving the back on. Kovacic goes unpunished, and Chelsea can come forward here. Some defending for City to do. Marmoush nearly gets his foot onto the ball. Work to Cole Palmer. He's in space. He has a shot deflection and straight into the hands of Ederson. He grits his teeth there, Cole Palmer. That was a chance for Chelsea. They've not had too many opportunities in the last 20 minutes or so, but they've just started to get forward. It takes a little awkward deflection. Ederson gets behind himself, backs himself, and makes a comfortable catch, and that's a poor giveaway from Ilkay Gundogan, and thankfully Kovacic reads that, and City are going to clear the lines through Ederson, looking for Erling Haaland, and City are going to get surrounded out here, and he's a mile offside here, Nicolas Jackson. The flag doesn't come up, and Ederson makes the save. Now the flag comes up. I think City want the advantage, and the referee is going to give the advantage and let City break forward. How offside was he, was the question here. Just about a yard offside there, Nicolas Jackson. A good defensive line that from Man City. Here is Akanji then to Khusanov. Has pressure put onto him. Makes a good pass to Nunes. And I think, Khusanov's got to real take confidence from his performance since them first 3 minutes. Settled himself down really nicely. This game's had everything so far. It's been a very entertaining game of football. We could just do with a City equaliser. I think would really help set this game up for anything can happen kind of game. Here's City then. Kovacic, through ball, looking for Haaland. Not really found a way to get Haaland involved in this game at all. But further emphasising my point that we're seeing Marmoush have opportunities for City today, and Josko Gvardiol and Phil Foden hitting the post because the defence is so occupied with trying to keep Erling Haaland quiet. If we can find ways for these other players around Haaland to punish Chelsea, then they're going to have to bring the defence out. Here is Gundogan. Thought about the through ball there. So Josko Gvardiol. Real good defending that from Madueke. Reads it really well, so ensures that the pass can't come in and Gundogan has to swivel and play the ball backwards. Nunes plays a pass to Khusanov. Here's Kovacic. City just knocking the ball around really nicely. They're knocking the ball around much better than what they were on Wednesday. Akanji fought about the through ball looking for Omar Marmoush. He doesn't need to because Kovacic comes forward and he's clipped, and that will be a free kick. And Caicedo, I think he's just going to have a word with Caicedo. I don't think it's going to be anything more. Caicedo looks a bit confused. Not sure why he looks confused. Just goes through the back of Kovacic. It's not a yellow card challenge. Referee's entitled to have a word. I imagine he's just saying cynical foul, any more of that and you will go into the book. So Omar Marmoush, I think Bernardo Silva stood over this free kick for City. Sorry, Ilkay Gundogan stood over it. The camera panned onto Marmoush, making it look like he was stood over it, but he's not. So it's Bernardo and Ilkay Gundogan. Good crossing position this for City. Chelsea trying to go with as high a line as possible. They're going to work something instead. Here is Marmoush. He's going to go in with a cross, and Foden, he's there at the back post, gets his head on it, but it's over the top. And Foden apologises to Marmoush. Just slightly over Phil Foden, that. He was miles offside. City had 4 players, I think, or was he? City now putting the pressure onto the referee again for time wasting. It's Colwill again. Already been penalised and booked for it. Chelsea play a ball forward. Should be cut off by Nunes. Chelsea are going to come away with this though. And he just takes Nicolas Jackson out there, Phil Foden, and that will be a free kick. And I presume the referee would have a word with Foden. Again, it's a cynical foul, just as cynical as the one that we've just seen that saw City get a free kick. And again, position here for Chelsea, for them to put a cross into the box. They've not taken their opportunity to do that. They're going to take their opportunity to have some possession instead and force City onto the back foot. Chalobah plays a pass to Cole Palmer, having to drop deep to receive the ball. Here is Colwill. Only Chelsea player on the yellow card at the moment to Cucurella. Colwill then back across to Chalobah. Under pressure from Gundogan. Floated ball forward. Cucurella does Khusanov. And Khusanov slides him really well there. Good defending that from Khusanov. Get a picture of City's new signing from Brazil, Vitor Reis, on the bench. Pep Guardiola confirmed in his press conference just before this game that Vitor Reis is younger, doesn't have that European experience. Oh, lovely from Haaland. Here's Marmoush. He's got Nunes in space. Put your foot through it. Oh, squares it, and Marmoush gets a touch on it. Haaland has a shot. It's a good block. Kovacic takes off Bernardo. Gundo is spilled. Surely. Yes! A goal for Manchester City on debut. It's the Egyptian pharaoh, but the flag is up. The flag is up. Ah, it'd have been a dream debut. Let's have a look at this then. VAR will have a look. Shot comes in. It's ping-ponging around. Marmoush is offside. If Bernardo had put it in, it'd have been onside. Oh, he's offside. A good bit of officiating from the linesman there. That's 3 times I've mentioned it now, that Marmoush needs to look across the line and keep himself onside. Because he's not looking across the line, he's offside. Had Bernardo Silva put his foot onto that instead, it would have been 1-1 because he was onside. It should have been left. It should have been left. Well, we go again. Anyway, guys, 28 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It's been a really good response, this, from City since going behind. It's been nice and positive. It's a shame that mistake came in, because if this was sat at 0-0, I'd say this has been really positive football from Manchester City. We've just been a little unlucky in the final third. Here's Kovacic. Akanji plays a good ball forward for Omar Marmoush. Should keep this in against the pressure of Reece James. He does, but ends up bundling it out of play. I think he wants a free kick. He keeps going down looking for free kicks, Omar Marmoush. He's not really going to get away with it in the Premier League. I don't watch Bundesliga all that much to know about what they'd get away with, what would be free kicks there and what wouldn't. But a physical league like the Premier League, you're not going to get away with it here through a little tap and going down. Nine minutes then till we get into half time. Here's Kovacic. He'll go down. That'll be a free kick. Chelsea just trying to press City into a mistake. It's just where City have got to be wary. Here's Khusanov to Matheus Nunes. He's going to have to go back to Khusanov. Bernardo Silva's just going to drop deep to help Khusanov out, but he can play a pass across to Akanji. And again, I'm trying to build the confidence up. It's good stuff from Khusanov. It's been a really good response from him. Bad 3 minutes. It's done. It's in the past. Next 34 minutes from him has been absolutely fine. Is Nunes to Bernardo Silva. Back to Khusanov. Kovacic to Bernardo Silva. Here's Kovacic to Akanji. Josko Gvardiol to Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan just burst forward. Foden plays the ball out to Gundogan once more. City just being very careful about things at the moment. Gundogan. He's got Foden in a little bit of space, but he's not going to get the other side of Chalobah, and Chalobah will fend that out, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. Reece James shows his appreciation there to his fellow defender. I'm sure the City fans will be once again getting on the back of Chelsea and time wasting. Here's Robert Sanchez, just going to flick one across to Colwill. Again, the fans just getting on the backs of the referee and time wasting. It's not a great ball, and that will be a throw-in for Manchester City. City in a rush to get on with things. Matheus Nunes with a throw-in inside the Chelsea half. Sends it back to Khusanov. He plays the ball to Akanji, and Akanji's going to come forward for Manchester City then. Into the 40th minute nearly. Here's Akanji. He's got Omar Marmoush dropping a bit deeper for support. Back to Akanji once more. Gundogan's had to pivot back. And he'll give the ball to Khusanov. Nunes, to Foden. Lovely from Foden. He's really finding his form, Phil Foden, now, I feel. Here's Kovacic coming forward to Khusanov. Kovacic one more. He's got the run of Josko Gvardiol, and he's going to get goal side, and there's a chance here. Josko Gvardiol! Wide! What an opportunity. It's 2 now for Josko Gvardiol. We could have been ahead. Maybe we should be ahead right now. Josko Gvardiol. Oh, he does everything right. Everything right. Just can't find the target. He goes on the half volley with his left foot. It's a difficult finish. Sanchez is scrambling. He's not getting there. It should be 1-1. It should be 1-1. It's good stuff from Manchester City. It's unlucky. It's a difficult effort. And this is, again, the benefit that we've got with bringing Khusanov. And it's not just about what Khusanov can do. It's about what does that bring to the team. It allows us to rotate, but it allows us to ensure that Josko Gvardiol can get forward into them attacking positions. He's had the most touches of any player in the opposition box. And he's had 2 good opportunities. And for somebody as good as Josko Gvardiol is on the ball, he's composed himself twice. He'll be really frustrated that he's not got at least 1 goal. Here is Matheus Nunes. Back to Khusanov. So City got 4 minutes just to try and see if we can grab an equaliser. It's not been a bad half. I think we're unlucky. I think we're unlucky that we've not got a goal. There's a floated ball forward, and Nunes can take it in his stride. He gets a shot, and Josko Gvardiol this time! 3rd time! Works for Manchester City, and there is the equaliser, as long as there's no offside flag. So, pending the celebration for Manchester City, Cucurella just shrugged off the ball there by Matheus Nunes. He gets the shot. Sanchez makes the save. And as we've seen, it's been pretty common for the last 40 minutes or so for Manchester City. They've got players forward when they've needed to. So, well-timed run. He's well onside Matheus Nunes. He does Cucurella. And he's perfectly onside there, Josko Gvardiol. And that is 1-1. We deserve that. And Josko Gvardiol deserves that. He does. He does. Question is now, a few minutes to go. 3 minutes till half-time. There'll be more opportunities. 3rd time the treat there for Josko Gvardiol. He looks a bit frustrated when he scores that goal. He's frustrated because he could have had a hat-trick. He could have had a hat-trick. It's been lovely attacking play this from City first half. Marmoush unlucky with the offside. Foden's hit the post. Gvardiol could have had a hat-trick. It's been good stuff. It's not been clinical from Manchester City, but clinical in the end. And we've got the equaliser. Chelsea do a false start. And Cole Palmer just sends it back to Sanchez. This is going to be a long ball forward, looking for some control. And It's a great ball from Sanchez, and Khusanov has to be on that. Is in the end, and he's going to get a free kick for Manchester City there as well. Good defending that from Khusanov. Pep Guardiola's upset about something to the fourth official. The question is now, what do Chelsea do? What's their approach? Do they push forward, try and get another goal? Or I feel like they're just going to try and wait for a Man City mistake. There'll be another phase of an attack, and it'll come straight from the off for the second half. Ederson's just going to dink a ball forward here. Look for Haaland. Gets the flick on from Haaland. Chalobah will deal with that. Sanchez is going to send this one long again from Chelsea. Akanji is going to let this bounce, and he'll show Khusanov that when you want to head it back to the goalkeeper, that's the correct power that you need on the header to get it back to the keeper. Not that Khusanov needs telling. Here's Phil Foden then for Manchester City. Pulled to the ground. Referee says no free kick. Man City still have the football though. Manuel Akanji to Khusanov. He's going to play a dinked ball forward looking for Erling Haaland. Chelsea win the initial pass, and here's Cole Palmer in a bit of space, and Bernardo Silva gets back really well. And City are going to come away with the football. Here's Bernardo Silva, recognises the danger, so he's just going to whack this up into the Chelsea half, and Omar Marmoush manages to keep that one in play. No, referee says throw in, and City fans on the far end not happy with that. Omar Marmoush might have been in there if he'd managed to keep that one in. Referee and linesman say he's not managed to keep it in. It's a throw in, not an opportunity for City. Despite the protests, Cole Palmer deals well with the tightest of spaces, but not the best of balls forward from Cole Palmer. And that will take us into the 45th minute. We're into the grace of what the fourth official wants to add on. A couple of goals, maybe a couple of minutes will be added on here. Here is Manuel Akanji to Khusanov. Here is Ederson to Bernardo. Back to Khusanov under pressure. Just going to send this down the line. Look for Erling Haaland, who does well, does really well. Makes the interception, and that'll be a throw-in for Chelsea midway inside the City half with City under pressure there. Pep Guardiola shows his appreciation. I'm still waiting for Sky Sports to actually put the graphic up about how long's been added on. My prediction's 2 minutes. We'll see if we get through the first minute as to whether the referee's going to blow his whistle or not, as a long ball comes forward from Sanchez. Nunes is going to get there. He's under pressure. Put your foot through it, Matheus. Put your foot through it. He's got to let that one go out for a throw into Manchester City. That takes us to the first minute. Referee's not blowing the whistle, so I presume we're into the second minute that has been added on. Good opportunity for Chelsea to put the squeeze on. They're taking that opportunity. Here's Bernardo Silva back to Matheus Nunes. He's going to launch this ball forward, not that far forward, and Matheus Nunes does well to get his foot onto that one. Ilkay Gundogan gets the flick, and Haaland gets his flick, and Chelsea are going to eventually come away with the ball. They are forced back, though, to Chalobah inside his own half. Colwill back to Chalobah. Just 25 seconds or so left of this first half, so one last opportunity maybe. Cole Palmer with the ball to Reece James. Here's Caicedo back to Reece James. Colwill to Cucurella. And Nicolas Jackson does well, finds Jadon Sancho, and that's 2 minutes done. Referee's going to play on here, and there's an opportunity for Chelsea. Some defending for City to do. And a shot comes in, and it's over the top of the crossbar, and that'll be a goal kick for Manchester City. And there is half-time. There you go, it was 2 minutes. Who needs graphics when you can just guess how long's been added on? Anyway, half-time, 1-1. City sloppy first 5 minutes, giving the ball away in silly areas, not clearing the lines properly. Youthful players getting useful lessons for Manchester City in them first few minutes. Chelsea have had a couple of opportunities here and there for the rest of the first half that City really need to be wary of going into the second half. I am expecting Chelsea to fly at us early in this second half, so City need to be really wary of that. Ensure that they're working hard in the tight spaces, and we'll see if City can then grow back into the game like they did in the first half. City probably should be ahead fifth big opportunity it's taken for us to finally find a goal in the equaliser, and we're level at half-time. And yeah, I think I agree with what Kwame says. You know, you bring Rodri back into the team, and we're near enough good to go. So, again, all things football, spot on there. Khusanov, it's a difficult start. He made the error. We know he made the error. It's a disastrous start. He gets a yellow card a minute later, 3 minutes into his debut. For the next 42 minutes, though, absolutely fine. And that's what he really needs to take confidence from going into the second half. Marmoush has looked lively. Foden's looked lively. Josko Gvardiol's looked really lively. The only real thing that we've not found has been too impactful in this game so far has been Erling Haaland. We've not managed to find a way to get Haaland too involved in this game as of yet, but only 45 minutes in, so we'll see. John says Nunes has done well. He has done well. He always looks a bit better when he's getting forward rather than defending, as he's not a defender, so I always feel like he's better getting forward, and when he is getting forward, to me, he's had the best season he's had in a City shirt when it's come to attacking. So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the stream. Just 20 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let's see if we can get into the nervous 90s through half-time. So, if you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe, and let's push and see if we can get to 41,000 subscribers by the time January is out. Any help towards that, guys, would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your halftime thoughts in the live chat. Trey reckons we need to give a chance to Vitor Reis. We may see Vitor Reis later in this half. We will have to wait and see. I'm not sure he'll come on, but we will see. We will see. Anyway, yeah, do get your halftime thoughts in the live chat. And also don't forget as well to, well, now 14 likes away from 100 likes, making good progress towards that. Do go check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to let me do my halftime analysis in just one moment when I have rolled my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. It's a free app to download, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the link in the live chat or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel as we do enter into the nervous 90. Just 10 away. Can we get 100 likes by half time? When was the last time we got 100 likes by half time? Can we do it? 10 away. Any help towards that, guys, would be great. Right, statistics. Really interesting. City, 64% possession. Very good. Chelsea were just 36% possession, but an expected goal rate for Chelsea at 1.35, which is pretty high, considering we're only 45 minutes into the game. But Manchester City's at a whopping 2.1 expected goal rate. Been a very entertaining attacking game, and anything could happen in the second half. I have no idea which way it's going to go. Maybe it could be a Premier League classic. We'll see. Neither side are that brilliant at defending, so both sides may as well make it about attack. 4 big chances for City from their 11 shots. 1 big chance for Chelsea from their 6 shots. City have forced 2 saves for Sanchez to make, with 2 saves for Ederson to make as well. City with 322 passes, which is much better than Wednesday night and what we saw from the PSG game. Chelsea at 180 passes. So City with 11 shots, 3 on target. They've had some brilliant opportunities, and yeah, we've not been clinical. Had we been clinical, this game would be out of sight. City would be 5-1 up. We haven't been clinical, and because of that, it's only 1-1. And it did take that last opportunity of the half for City to grab that equaliser. And I think if we can keep it going in the second half, I think Manchester City can very much get 3 points from this game. So, much of the same. Got to keep it going as far as I'm concerned. As I said, Khusanov made them mistakes in the first 3 minutes. learn from them. He's made a good response since then. I mean, Akanji's face there sums it all up when Khusanov does that header. There's just not enough on it. Akanji's just like, what is he doing? Not much of a poker face there from Akanji. Khusanov just needs to put his foot through that. Inside the first couple of minutes, Chelsea coming forward on the first attack. You just put your foot through that. You put that ball up the line and you just get the ball away from your box and you allow your defenders to get back and you regroup is what you do there. It's a learning curve. It's difficult. Liga 1 and Premier League are very different. So, it is what it is. Chelsea with 6 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. Need to be very wary of Cole Palmer, creating opportunities. Pace of Nicolas Jackson. Sancho's actually looked pretty sharp, I think, out on the left wing for Chelsea. There's dangers all over the place that City really need to be wary of. So, yeah. There we go. They're my half-time thoughts, guys. Looking at the statistics, everything suggesting City are dominating, but we aren't ahead. And it's been a very entertaining game of football so far. City have had a goal disallowed, hit the post. Gvardiol could have had a hat-trick. Gets his goal eventually after the early Khusanov error. So, yeah, we will see. Just having a look at the scores from around the grounds. Premier League games from the 3 p.m. games. Bournemouth 5, Nottingham Forest 0, Brighton 0, Everton 1, Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1, Southampton 1, Newcastle 3, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 1. Currently here at half-time at the Etihad it is Manchester City 1, Chelsea 1. Also going around the other grounds for the latest scores. I will just cover the games in the Football League as I do have some half-time entertainment. I don't want it to run over. I don't want to miss a thing for the second half. We had the Women's Super League. City have been in action, beating Aston Villa away by 4-2. Great win there for the women's side. Championship, Luton 0, Millwall 1. Norwich City 5, Swansea City 1, Stoke 0, Oxford 0, Bristol City 2, Blackburn 1, Cardiff 2, Derby County 1, Coventry 2, Watford 1, Preston 2, Middlesbrough 1, QPR 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Sunderland 2, Plymouth 2, and West Brom 5, Portsmouth 1. All full-time scores. These are all full-time scores, by the way. League 1, Cambridge 3, Mansfield 2, Huddersfield 0, Bolton 1, Barnsley 0, Stevenage 1, Burton 4, Rotherham 2, Charlton 1, Shrewsbury 0, Exeter 1, Blackpool 3, Leyton Orient 2, Reading 0, Lincoln City 5, Peterborough 1, Stockport County 2, Crawley 0, Wigan 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Wickham 0, Northampton 0, and in League 2, Bradford 3, Walsall 0, MK Dons 0, AFC Wimbledon 0. Heated game there for a 0-0 down in Milton Keynes. Barrow 3, Grimsby 0, Cheltenham 2, Salford City 1, Chesterfield 1, Port Vale 1. In fact, Salford City, since the City ended up giving them a bit of a hiding in the FA Cup, have found no run of form at all, and it's starting to have a serious effect on their campaign in League 2. Chesterfield 1, Port Vale 1, Colchester 1, Morecambe 0, Crewe 0, Accrington Stanley 1, Doncaster 1, Harrogate 0, Fleetwood 1, Carlisle 2, Notts County 1, Bromley 1, and Tranmere Rovers 1, Gillingham 1. So there we go. They're all your full-time scores. Half-time here, 1-1. Get your half-time thoughts in the live chat. We've got Ian tuning in from Australia, 4:30 a.m. Dedication, love that. Ian, thank you very much for tuning in. There's lots of calls to try and bring Douglas Luiz in the City. Will hopefully be looking at defensive midfield before the transfer window is out. So we will see. I will keep you guys up to date with my daily Manchester City transfer updates, of course. Don't forget, do leave a thumbs up. We've smashed 100 likes by half-time. Sensational effort. Let's go for 120. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do also go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore, which I'm going to roll the promo video one more time right now. And thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Crazy Calm, thank you very much for your love. It is much appreciated, and thank you for tuning in. It's promising 5, so we'll see what the second half does bring. In the meantime, we've got some half-time entertainment, so don't forget, sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink and some snacks, and we'll be ready for the second half. This is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Links and details there in the description. This is the Rattlesnake.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Mixing channel. Today's cocktail is the Rattlesnake cocktail, straight from the Savoy cocktail. But yes, we are returning to the Savoy series because I've been wanting to do this one for a while, and it's a fun cocktail, and we'll get straight into it. So first, get your shaker and put some ice. I must mention on the sign up packet for all the support, we're on 244 subs, so we're getting very close to 250 subs, which is a small milestone. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It if you wish to see more cocktails, so thank you. Right, the first ingredient to go in, guys, is 60ml or 2 ounces of the bourbon whiskey. We're using Jack Daniels. Next ingredient is 7.5ml or 1/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Next ingredient is 7.5ml or 1/4 ounce of sugar syrup or simple syrup. So the one we use is more like a sugarcane syrup. And the next ingredient is a 5ml or a dash of absinthe. Right, the last ingredient, guys, is 1 egg white. So just get your egg and crack it. So the reason we want an egg white, guys, is to get a nice foam on it. There we go. Right, now all the ingredients are into a shaker. It's time to shake it a good 10 to 12 seconds because we'll get a nice big foam on it, a nice big foamy head. So, time to shake. Give it a nice hard shake. I should use a strainer. Because I've just realised I've used the wrong head. Right, for a foam cocktail, it's best to use a strainer instead of doing it straight from that. You'll get a better foam. Right, so get your martini glass and strain straight into it. As you can see, we've got a nice foam at the top of it. And the final thing for the rattlesnake cocktail is to garnish with a lemon garnish, a lemon twist. So just lose that aroma. There we go. As you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's a very nice garnish, and now I can't wait to taste it. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the rattlesnake cocktail. How does it taste? Personally, I've always been a big lover of bourbon cocktails. I really do like bourbon, I won't lie. But it's certainly quite a smooth cocktail, that's what I will say about this one. It's smooth, it's very nice, it's certainly a refreshing bourbon cocktail. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's turned out the way I want it. It's absolutely perfect. But the next cocktail in the series will be a special one, as it is a leap year, so I think you can guess what it is. Straight, that's the Savoy cocktail book. Yes, that is it. It is their leap year cocktail, and I will see you for the next cocktail video. But don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed if you want to see more cocktails like this. And I will see you for the next cocktail video. Cheers.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for bringing today's halftime entertainment. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. Agung tuning in from Uzbekistan. Lots of Uzbekistan love in the chat. Things we do love to see. Justin, thanks for tuning in. Says, hello, bud. Saints fan back. Been out for a couple. How's my day going? Jealous. Enjoy, my friend. Yeah, going well. Will go much better if City can grab another goal and take the lead. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a good, nice, relaxed Saturday. Nice relaxed Saturday. Right, we do have kick-off for the second half. I'm expecting Chelsea to try and take the game here to City. Although here's Foden just trying to get forward for City. Finds Bernardo Silva, and I don't know who Bernardo Silva was playing that ball into, but that will go out of play for a goal kick to Chelsea. I don't think any changes have been made at half-time. So, question is, what are both sides going to do now to try and get to grips with the game as Sanchez sends the ball long, looking for Madueke. Does so well there. Takes a real good touch. Turns defence into attack, and Omar Marmoush turns attack into defence. Gets back, tracks. Oh, it's lovely from Marmoush. Takes the flick, and he's now turning defence into attack. He's turning attack into defence into attack. He can do it all. Good stuff from the Manchester City debutant. And speaking of Manchester City debutants, here's Khusanov playing an accurate pass to Matheus Nunes. Out on the right-hand side, back to Khusanov once more. I'm surprised Chelsea aren't having a pop here at City and trying to press and force the mistake. I think Chelsea are just maybe happy to be patient and wait for a Man City mistake rather than forcing the issue. We saw when Chelsea were trying to go 2-0 up that they were very exposed at the back, and the last thing that Chelsea want to do is surrender this 1-0 lead that they had, and within the space of just a few minutes before half-time and a few minutes after half-time that they find themselves behind. Here is Ederson then to Akanji. Back to Ederson. Plays a pass into Josko Gvardiol, who's going to sell Gundogan short there. It's probably the first thing Josko Gvardiol's really done wrong in this game. As Chelsea said, they're going to be patient. Not really going to force the issue. They're just going to wait for the mistake. So if the mistake never comes, then yeah. Here's Cucurella. To Jadon Sancho up against Matheus Nunes. And tries to play a pass into Jackson, who slips. And Kovacic is going to come away with the ball, with a through ball, looking for Haaland, and Sanchez reads it really well, and he'll play a pass forward. Only finds Matheus Nunes, and City are going to look to have another pop here at Chelsea. Here is Bernardo Silva, Bernardo Silva's looked much better in this deeper role for Man City today. It's the best I've seen of Bernardo Silva in a few weeks, if I'm honest. Roles really suited him much better than maybe some of the other games. I mean, Chelsea, they've had pops here and there, but they've not really made it about legs and a midfield battle. It's been all about trying to get possession and a little bit of a battle that I feel Man City have been, for the large majority of the game, the better team. But, you know, knocking the ball around doesn't mean you're going to win the football game. You've got to put your opportunities away, and Ederson there going again about the importance of distribution and not making mistakes. Ederson passes the ball out of play for a throw into Chelsea. It's needless, it's careless, it's sloppy. These are the kind of things Chelsea will be looking for, and what they'll do now is look for a bit of patience, try and find the right ball, wait for the City vulnerability to hit in, and just try and pick us off. It's not always about attack. It's got to be how good are you at being able to defend and defend properly and defend in numbers. Caicedo plays the ball forward looking for Jadon Sancho. He picks the ball up. He's got time and space. Khusanov. Lovely shoulder-to-shoulder challenge there from Khusanov. uses his pace really well. The City crowd show their appreciation. Matheus Nunes shows his appreciation, but Kovacic gives it away to Cole Palmer in the penalty area, squared across, and Akanji's got time and space. He doesn't get his clearance right. And lovely from Phil Foden. Right on the heels of Enzo Fernandez, just pick his pocket and take the ball away. Here's Gundogan. He plays the ball forward, and he's got Haaland free here. Haaland! Save from Sanchez. He manages to get his shot away. He always wants to go onto his left foot. I'm amazed Chelsea's allowed him to go onto his left foot. Long ball comes in from Akanji. Gundogan can't find his pass to Erling Haaland, and Chelsea are going to come away with it. And Ilkay Gundogan wants to bring Fernandez down, but referee plays the advantage. And Cole Palmer, he could be in here. Work to the right. Cross comes in. Danger. Sancho to Cucurella, and over the top of the crossbar. End to end. End to end, that's from Manchester City. I don't know how Cole Wills allowed Erling Haaland to get his shot away on his left foot. My only surprise there is Erling Haaland don't find the back of the net. You let him get onto his left foot and let him get a shot away. It's a really good save from Sanchez. Let's have a look at this. I don't think it's a bad effort from Haaland. It's through the legs of the defender. The keeper's not going to see it till late. He has to get down low. There's plenty of power on it. I think Haaland were just looking for power rather than precision. And it's just a little too close to the keeper. And Ederson, it's a poor pass into Ederson. And he does so well to eventually get it under control. Because if he didn't, that'd have been a goal. Chalobah's just been clattered by Erling Haaland. City want a free kick for the challenge from Chalobah. I think he goes in with a challenge and then feels the weight of Erling Haaland fall on him. Or is he accusing a high foot? Oh, no, he's not. He's challenged him. Haaland goes down and then his knee slides into his head. Ouch. Lengthy stoppage, this. Johnny Stones is going to come on then. Who's going to come off? I think it's going to be Khusanov that's going to come off. It's going to be the end of his debut. Yeah, Khusanov is going to be the player that makes way, and Johnny Stones is going to come on. And if crowd show their appreciation, bad 3 minutes. Absolutely fine for the rest of the game. Good shoulder-to-shoulder defending. The only thing he's done... I mean, he's probably coming off because he's on a yellow card. We don't want a red card. Bar that mistake for the goal, he's had a perfectly fine debut, so... He comes off, he'll be disappointed with that, but he's got plenty to learn. It's a good experience for him. It's not a disaster for Manchester City because, you know, we went 1-0 behind. We've got it back to 1-1. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, don't forget, whilst we've got this stoppage, do leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 120 likes. We are just 13 likes away from that, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Chalobah still down for Chelsea, showing some concern here. He got walloped in the head by Erling Haaland's knee. Stu, good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. I do hope you're well, my friend. He's in a lot of pain there, Chalobah. I think the Chelsea physios are just instructing to the bench that I think a substitution is going to need to be made. So we'll see who comes on. Adrian says, a good reaction to Khusanov from the City fan. It was a good reaction, giving plenty of positives. There's lots of positives for him from this game. I think everybody always dwells on the negatives and don't really think too much about what he's done correct and what he's done really well. Pace at the back, comfortable on the ball. It's good stuff. John Stones, straight into the action. Finds his pass to Ederson and he'll clear. It'd have been easy for Khusanov. He's only 20 years old to have just like gone into his shell and, you know, wait for... He'd have wanted the ground to have opened up and swallow him. Could have let it get the better of him. He hasn't. Good response. He goes into the book a minute later, which is why I presume Stones is chucked on. And I think City just want to see how fit John Stones is here for the next 35 minutes, because if he is fit, will be staying on for to start our next game against Club Brugge, because we've not got Khusanov or Marmoush available for that game, or Vitor Reis. All Things Football says the medics need to stay on. I like that. I like that. Bernardo Silva then just plays the ball back. I think we're just getting to the point here where Chelsea are getting up ahead of steam, just trying to create some opportunities, and Marmoush has a clear foul on Reece James, and referee's going to play the advantage. Retro it is. Arsenal against City next week. Michael Oliver. After last time. Amelia, thanks for tuning in. Nobody injured. John Stones has just come on because Khusanov's on a yellow card, so it ends his debut. And we just saw Chalobah go down, who's been allowed to come back on, and seems to be all right for now. So we'll see. Nadir, yeah, there's not been too much intensity. It's not been the best of starts to this second half, first 10 minutes or so. Martin, thanks for tuning in. You are right about the, he's coming in, he doesn't know anybody. He's 20 years old. I'm not aware that he's got a girlfriend or a partner, and it's difficult. He'll settle himself in. It takes 2 seasons. It's going to take a couple of years for him. He'll be a better man for it, though. He will. He'll be a better man for it. Here's City coming forward. Kovacic has looked good today for City. Really made himself known. Stu, yeah, good, thank you. Work's been all right. Mrs. JSGC's fine as well. Here's Chelsea coming forward. Need to be careful. And Jackson slips at the crucial moment when he wants to take the effort. And City fans now trying to make it known, because Chelsea are just growing into this game now. They're growing into this game. City need to be careful. Marmoush goes down. Yellow card shown to Caicedo. Camera didn't capture it first time on the highlights of what happened there. So Marmoush picked the ball up, took Reece James on. A cynical foul second time comes in from Caicedo. He did one in the first half that the referee had a word with him for. Didn't give him a yellow card on that occasion. Says do it again. He will be going in the book. Does it again, and he does go into the book. So 2 Chelsea players on yellow cards now. Colwill for time wasting, and Caicedo. Here's Akanji. He's got some space. He can't play his pass forward though to Marmoush. Typical centre-backs pass there, and Chelsea sense that they could be in here. Where's the offside flag? And the offside flag finally goes up. Sancho hits the post. Linesman felt like he gave him long enough. Twisting, turning, he's not doing much. He is offside. To be fair, the officials, I think, have been pretty spot on in this game so far. Made real good calls with the offsides. Put the flags up when they've needed to. Referees blown for free kicks when they've been free kicks. Should be a free kick for City. Enzo Fernandez can't believe it. He just grappled Bernardo to the ground. He grappled Bernardo to the ground. It's a free kick every day of the week. So I don't really know what he's complaining about there. Anyway, this is a chance for City to put something of quality into the box. Akanji's forward. Haaland's forward. Stones is forward. Foden and Marmoush over this. Marmoush likes scoring goals, but he likes getting assists as well. It's not just about scoring goals. He puts a ball in, and it's not a very good ball in. Straight at the keeper. Sanchez just rolls one out, and it's straight to Bernardo. And Bernardo's pass is straight to Sancho. Cucurella puts a ball forward, not the best of balls forward, and goes out of play for a throw into Manchester City. And it's just coming a bit disjointed for Chelsea and looking for these balls forward. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see them go to the bench, because it weren't quite clicking for them. And we're going to see Nkunku come on for Nicolas Jackson. So going straight in for all-out pace. There is talk that Nkunku could soon become a Manchester United player. Currently in discussions about a potential swap deal for Nkunku to go to Manchester United and Alejandro Garnacho to go to Chelsea from Manchester United. So it might not be the last time that we see Manchester City take on Christopher Nkunku this season. He is rapid, he's quick. A real danger and a real handful that City need to be wary of. He's going to be leading the Chelsea line here in the absence of Nicolas Jackson, who goes off, as Manchester City are going to come forward here through Josko Gvardiol. Not really seen much of Josko Gvardiol here second half, but finally gets himself forward and plays a good crossfield pass after avoiding a couple of challenges to Matheus Nunes. Here is Phil Foden now to Kovacic. Back across to the deep, playing Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes thought about putting a cross in. He doesn't. Takes a couple of touches. Chelsea are just going to clear their lines. Man City have Chelsea pinned in right now. Here is Bernardo Silva. He's got the movement of Marmoush. And Marmoush is getting the Erling Haaland effect here, where he wants to get in and around and he's asking for the through balls. And Haaland's doing it now. The through balls don't come in from City. It's not how we play. We don't play that direct way. They'll work the way around. Nunes. Get your head up. Gets a corner. Best we've seen from City second half here. Now we've got a corner here. Don't be passing it. Put a ball in. Quality ball into the box and attack it. Get a ball in that box and attack it. Here's Foden to take. Go short. They're obsessed with working it into the box. Foden has to put a ball in on his weaker right foot. Just put a cross into the box from the corner. It bugs me so much. Got our defenders forward. A quality ball in the box. Foden's on his strong left foot from the corner. Put a good ball in the box. It bugs me, guys. It really does. It bugs me. It really does bug me. Tony, thanks for tuning in. Peter, it bugs you as well. It's bugging me. The corners. We've hired a set-piece coach, don't forget, in the summer. For these quality set pieces. You know, we're a team that loves to attack. We're going to get set pieces. We're going to get free kicks. We're going to get corners. Learn the art of a quality set piece. Again, Marmoush goes to make the run. The ball doesn't come. Marmoush gets the ball now. I think City have definitely told Omar Marmoush, look across the line. Stop straying offside. Gundogan, he's going to dink a ball forward for Haaland. He'll get the ball, but his back's turned, so he's going to have to go back. Josko Gvardiol to Marmoush. Josko Gvardiol back to Marmoush. Marmoush is slightly wider in this second half. Yeah, he wants to be supporting Haaland. He wants to be more central, and Reece James does well to get a throw in there for Chelsea. Marmoush looking a little more frustrated in this second half. There's not been anywhere near as many opportunities. I wonder if Chelsea are just looking at it and thinking, they know City's got some hard fixtures coming up. If we can go to the Etihad and take a point, keeps us above them, we'll do battle across the other games instead, maybe. Because it's a very careful game that's just kind of petering out a little bit. It's up to Manchester City to try and up the ante. We're the team that, to me, needs to win this game. So I'm looking at the bench. Grealish did really well when he came on second half against PSG for them few moments. De Bruyne is a player that loves playing against his old team. There's players there if City want to utilise them. Here's Cucurella for Chelsea to Sancho. Up against Nunes. Nunes does well. Chelsea get the throw in. City can just push their defensive line back. Chelsea will look to try and just knock this ball around and have a little bit of possession and just try and slow this down a little bit. Eat away at the clock. Patient. Wait for potential mistakes to come in. So we throw in for City. And Nkunku goes down. He looks a little frustrated. Pedro Neto's out warming up. Got Nico O'Reilly for Manchester City warming up as well. I'd be surprised if we see Nico O'Reilly come in into this game, but Pep, anything can happen. It we're more likely if we're to see any of the young lads. I reckon more likely to be McAtee than Nico O'Reilly, but I could be wrong. Eddie is going to send it long. He looks for Haaland. He does well there. Haaland, Marmoush has come with him. Foden's there. Marmoush! Oh, it's wide. He wants that goal. I think this is going to be a thing with Omar Marmoush. He wants to have shots, so to me, that should just be... I don't think he knows Foden's there. If he's away, he does, he glances. He makes a good connection. Foden wants the pass. The pass should come. If he's aware of the position of Phil Foden there, you just simply don't even take a touch. You just knock it forward and Phil Foden's in if you get that pass right. There's an opportunity. That's probably the best opportunity of the second half. John Stones plays it back to Ederson. John Stones still on the pitch. It's been 10 minutes. He's still on the pitch. Long ball comes in for Erling Haaland, and Haaland's going to win this foot race. Keeper's miles off his line. What's he doing? Oh, what is the keeper doing there? Erling Haaland with the goal for Manchester City. A big smile on his face from the Viking and Manchester City. 2-1 up here. What is the keeper doing? Why is Sanchez in no man's land? Ederson would be proud. Ederson would be really proud of that. It's an Ederson assist. An Ederson assist. Erling Haaland, good finish from Haaland. Someone as good as Erling Haaland, he ain't missing them. He's not missing them, Erling Haaland. Manchester City, we're behind. We're now ahead. We'll open this game up. Chelsea have got to come out to play. We could do with a third goal here, a 2-goal cushion now. It's what we've got to keep pushing for now. Don't sit on what we've got. We're not very good at defending. We saw that on Wednesday. He's having a huge grin on his face there, Erling Haaland. Even he can't believe it. He's like, why is the keeper that far off his line? Here comes Bernardo Silva, leading the charge for Manchester City, putting Sanchez under pressure. And there's the mistake. Gvardiol gets his foot onto it, and it'll be a throw-in for Chelsea right next to their own penalty area. Pep Guardiola's like, push, press them. The City fans, smiles on the faces. It's been a real good performance from City today. Fresh energy. It's amazing what a couple of signings does to the team. Josko Gvardiol, Marmoush. Marmoush got up there and collected the ball. It was like a salmon. It lingered. It was Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. Leapt up and just stayed in midair. 20 minutes then. Chelsea going to roll the dice. Pedro Neto is going to come on. They've got nothing to lose. They're losing. They're chasing the game. There's 20 minutes to go. They've got to chuck caution to the wind. They've got to bring players on now. And City got themselves a throw in. And now would be a good time for Man City to grab a 2-goal cushion and a third. And that will be a throw-in for Chelsea rather than Manchester City. Chelsea preparing a couple of changes here. I think Gusto's coming on as well. A heavy pass there from Chelsea, but it pays dividends because they've now got a bit of space, and Cucurella on this left-hand side is getting to see more and more of the ball. Eventually had to work it back, and Palmer's had to drop deep, and he's going to ping a ball forward. Matheus Nunes, it's a terrible header from Matheus Nunes. It's a free header, and he just heads it straight at Nkunku, and Chelsea now make, 40-yard gain on City? Got the ball deep in City territory, needlessly. He's not a defender. I keep reiterating that. Josko Gvardiol goes shoulder for shoulder, and that will be a corner, I think, for Chelsea. Yeah, does well to keep that in the end. Good defending from Josko Gvardiol initially, just to shove Madueke, and then he does really well just to keep that in and get a corner for Chelsea. Good shoulder-to-shoulder defending. He does really well to keep that in, and I think it's off the face of Josko Gvardiol, and Chelsea have got themselves a corner, so some defending here for City to do off this set piece. Again, some at City have got to be wary of set play. I don't think we're the best defensive team when it comes to defending set pieces, so just got to defend it. Ball comes in, headed clear by City. Not the best of balls in from Chelsea, but they're going to get a second bite at it. That's offside, surely. Surely, no. Madueke puts a ball in, and that's just going to be collected by Ederson. Well, the City are furious there, and I think they have a right to be, because I think he was offside. In the end, it's no problem for City. KDB gets a rest, but he's going to come on for the final 18 minutes or so here. Guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Do subscribe, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Just 10 likes now away from 120 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Akanji's going to send this down the line, looking for Omar Marmoush. Chelsea do well to get their foot onto that Reece James it is, and City managed to push the ball from their own corner, flagging out for a throw-in. Chelsea going to chuck on a couple of substitutions. So Pedro Neto is going to come on. Reece James is going to come off. He's going to hand the captain's armband over to Enzo Fernandez, and Gusto's going to be the other change. And Jadon Sancho's going to come off, so Neto, I think, is going to go on the... Is he going to go on the left here? I presume, like for like. And Gusto's going to go in on the right for Chelsea. As Manchester City are going to make their change, and it's going to be Omar Marmoush that's going to come off for Manchester City. It's not a goal or an assist on his debut, but a lively debut nonetheless from the Egyptian Pharaoh. And it's going to see him come off and KDB come on. A couple of good debutants from Manchester City there. Nice and lively, fresh legs, bright ideas. Helped us with our squad rotation, and if it can help us on our way to 3 points, then happy days. But 16 minutes here for Man City to see out. Nice to see Omar Marmoush and Jack Grealish sharing a laugh with each other. Omar Marmoush settling himself in already, which is excellent to see. I mean, it'd make me feel much better if I start to see Khusanov learn the language and make some friends and stuff and help him to settle in. Would be good. That's a good throw in there, and Cucurella's all over Phil Foden there. Ref, no, ref. Free kick all day, every day for me. That anyway. Chelsea are going to come forward then. Foden gets pulled to the ground, but no free kick apparently. And more defensive work for Manchester City to do. Here is Enzo Fernandez. He's going to be dispossessed by Bernardo Silva. That's a lovely turn from Bernardo Silva, and he does well. And he'll get a throw in for Manchester City, and City can just push their way further forward. He's looking a bit tired now, Bernardo Silva. Might be a good idea for Man City to think about rotating him as well. He's had a good game for City today, which has been good to see. John Stones just works it back to Ederson. We get a rendition of Bernardo Silva. It's a long ball forward from City to no one in particular, and that's going to be a throw-in to Chelsea midway inside their own half. Into the final 15 then. Sent long this by Chelsea. Header won by Matheus Nunes. Sends it forward to Erling Haaland. He's kept himself onside. Chelsea wanted the offside flag. They don't get it. It's their turn to appeal for the offside flag and not get it. Another long ball comes into Haaland. Again, keeps himself onside. And here's Bernardo Silva. All about game management this now for Manchester City. Something I've accused Manchester City of not being too great at. Got to manage this game. We're ahead. There's 14 minutes remaining. You've got to see it out. Akanji gets forward. Plays a nice pass into the channel of Josko Gvardiol. Floated pass comes in from Ilkay Gundogan to Bernardo Silva. I think what's been particularly interesting about this game is Man City's got a very aging midfield, a very slow midfield, and Chelsea are just happy to play this at the pace that City are playing it at, rather than pressing and having fresh legs in midfield. They're not cottoned on that sometimes it's just about dominating midfield will be enough to do the job on City, and I'm quite surprised they've not taken a defender off and chucked an extra midfielder on, because I feel like that would probably do the job on City, but Maresca just sticking to his ways, and at the moment it's enough for Manchester City to be 2-1 ahead, but at some point Chelsea are going to have to throw the kitchen sink at City, and that's where the dangers are. Conceding late goals, so we could do the assurance of another goal here as Matheus Nunes just runs into bother there with Marc Cucurella. It's a bit too predictable, that from Matheus. A bit too easy for Chelsea to deal with, and they're going to now send the ball long. Not a very good ball forward, and City again got Chelsea pinned in here. We could do with maybe just creating an opportunity or two just to give Chelsea something to think about. We can get the assurance of a third goal. Might just be enough, but Man City are very frail when it comes to 2-goal leads, so management, game management, guys. Positive mental attitude and game management. That is what will win games for Manchester City this season. Here is Bernardo Silva. He's had a very good game for Man City today. He's right up there for my JSGC man of the match. He's played a very good game. Ball gets played forward looking for Erling Haaland. It will be cut off by Chelsea. I think Marmoush has been a bit of a nuisance, in particular in that first half. Josko Gvardiol's a right nuisance in that first half. When it's come to consistency over both halves, though, Bernardo Silva's right up there as a long ball comes forward, and there's John Stones using his physical presence to his advantage, winning the header, and Bernardo Silva dispossessed in the end, and he goes right through the back of Enzo Fernandez, and that will be a yellow card for Bernardo Silva. He knows what he's doing there, Bernardo. You know, since we've lost Rodri, there's not many players that are really aware of the dangers, and it's a nasty challenge that from Bernardo. He scrapes down the back of Enzo Fernandez on his calf. It just kind of scrapes down towards his ankle. I'm not too sure if I was Enzo Fernandez, I'd have been too happy about that, but very un-Enzo Fernandez-like. He just taps Bernardo Silva, gets up and doesn't complain, maybe because he knows that him to make a big deal will be wasting time and therefore wasting Chelsea's time because they're losing. It'd be much better just letting it go and getting up and getting on with it. City want the throw-in. Doesn't happen. Pep Guardiola wanted the throw-in. It doesn't happen. Throw-in for Chelsea just inside the Manchester City half. Here is Chalobah now. Works the ball back to Caicedo. Here's Levi Colwill bringing Chelsea forward to Cucurella. Back to Colwill. Here's Caicedo. Caicedo almost playing as a centre-back, trying to push Chalobah further forward. City just doing a bit of chasing, but at the moment, no real urgency from City because they don't need to. Chelsea are knocking the ball around at the back, but they're not going anywhere. Cucurella to Colwill. At the moment here, they've had the ball for nearly a minute, but not really done much with it. Patience. Cole Palmer works the ball back to Levi Colwill, and now they're going to try and bring the ball forward. Here's Pedro Neto. Finds the ball to Nkunku. to Pedro Neto. Here is Enzo Fernandez. Think about playing a ball into the box. Eventually does play a ball in. Looking for Mudryk on the right. He does get to find him. Up against Josko Gvardiol. A ball's going to come in here. And Akanji. Akanji's been decent so far. First 80 minutes as well. That's going to be given away by Chelsea here. And Haaland, can he get hold of the ball? The answer is no. And it's last-ditch defending from Chelsea. And they're going to come away with the ball. And here's the dangers now, because Chelsea have got 2 or 3 over. Cole Palmer works the ball to the left. And City managed to get players back. Here's Pedro Neto now to Enzo Fernandez. Here's Caicedo. Doesn't sit right for him, so he's got to play the pass. Gusto. Back to Caicedo. Work back over to the left where he's got Pedro Neto. Edge of the City penalty area. Wants to put a ball in. Does put a ball in. And it takes a deflection off Matheus Nunes. And it will be a corner for Chelsea with 9 minutes to play here at the Etihad Stadium, with Manchester City leading this game by 2-1. Chelsea now will chuck the kitchen sink into the last 10 minutes. Got nothing to lose. They may as well commit and go forward and see if they can grab an equaliser. Chalobah's forward. Colwell's forward. Can Pedro Neto put a good ball in the box and ask the question of the City defenders? Ball comes in, flicked on, only as far as Caicedo. He takes a heavy touch, and it's going to allow Man City in business from Kovacic and Bernardo combined, and they can get the ball clear and out for a throw into Chelsea on the edge of the Manchester City penalty area. City now just trying to push the defensive line forward to force Chelsea back. Here is Enzo Fernandez. He gives the ball away, but City can't find that pass to Haaland. This is where I'd like to see someone like Jack Grealish come on. If we can just get our foot on the ball, have someone who can buy a free kick, take the pressure off City. There's Matheus Nunes. Lovely defending from Matheus Nunes. Here's Foden now. Needs to try and get a free kick or something. Here's Gundogan. Try and find a bit of space. Lovely from Ilkay Gundogan. He wants players in space. He just dinks a pass forward looking for Erling Haaland. And I want ball retention. Just gives the ball immediately back to Chelsea, and it's just going to come back. They're going to go straight into the City half through 2 touches here. Inviting pressure on themselves. Matheus Nunes nearly deals with it. Gives the ball to Cole Palmer. Kovacic goes through the back of Palmer, and that's going to be a free kick, which Kovacic can't believe. Cole Palmer not happy, and Kovacic goes into the book for it. Kovacic can't believe it. He didn't feel like it was a free kick. He doesn't feel like it's a yellow card. Palmer knows Kovacic is coming. There's very little in it, to be fair. I can see why a free kick's given, but a yellow card, unless he's given it for dissent, it's never a yellow. It's a bit far out this for a shot for Chelsea. They could have an effort, but it's, about 30, 35 yards out? Slightly to the left of centre. It's very central for a shot, this. So they might just try a through ball or something smart, or a chip in towards the back post or something, or put something into the 6-yard box maybe. Let's see what Chelsea are going to do with it then. Tense moments these. Cole Palmer puts a ball in to the back post and dealt with well by Josko Gvardiol. Get it clear. Get it clear. He's under pressure. He finds the pass. Brilliant. Gundogan, he's going to lose out, and he gets a free kick. Good stuff from Manchester City. Right, guys, leave a thumbs up. Just 8 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. This is painful. I want substitutions, Pep. Get some fresh legs on there. Get some fresh legs. City are going to send this ball long, and they're going to push everybody forward. Gundogan's going to mop this up, and he's giving the ball away. Good challenge from Bernardo Silva on Cole Palmer, and it's going to force City back, but it stops the threat of the counter-attack. 5 agonising minutes to go here. Backs against the wall for Manchester City. Game management. They need hold of the football. Not enough ball retention. You don't give Chelsea opportunities if you've got the football. Chelsea is seeing far too much of this football for my liking. When I look at the stats at the end of the game, it's going to look like it was quite a close game with how dominant Chelsea have been in the last 15 minutes. But that's because City have just allowed Chelsea to dictate the game for the last 15 minutes. And, you know, eventually it could lead to a goal. And they need hold of the ball. Man City aren't very good at defending. If you're going to defend a lead, take attackers off and throw defenders on. Shore things up. At the moment, there's a gap right through the centre of Man City's defence that's not really being exploited by Chelsea. One good ball through and you could be in. Defending's not our forte. We need the football. Force the errors from Chelsea. They're having to knock the ball around. Here's Pedro Neto. I mean, how often have we seen City conceding late goals? Mop it up. Here's Foden. De Bruyne's in space. Play the pass. Here's De Bruyne. Now slow it down. There we go. Finds Gundogan. Have some possession. To Johnny Stones. To Akanji. Chelsea having to press because they need the ball back. Ederson just going to lump the ball forward looking for De Bruyne. He gets his flick, finds Haaland, and Haaland threads the pass through, and Foden's in here. Foden can wrap it up. Come on, Phil. Wrap it up. Phil. Clinical Phil. In form. Phil Foden. 3-1 Manchester City. Come on. Look what it means to Phil Foden. Look what it means to Manchester City. Whew. The 3 points aren't here yet. I'm not saying it. I've seen City all too often this season. I know how the script goes. We're not getting carried away. 2 goal cushions there. The job's not done. There's 3 minutes still to play. But a huge leap by Manchester City. Woo! Thank you very much, Crazy Khan, for your kind comment there. This has been a live stream and a half, guys. Live stream and a half. Great stuff from Manchester City, and it's super clinical from Phil Foden. He just waits for the keeper to open up and he just slots it past him into the back of the net. Beautiful stuff by Manchester City. Beautiful stuff. And I'm hoping that performance on Wednesday night was just a blip. Can we see the job out here is the question. And if we can, a huge 3 points for City. Send us 4th if we can see this out. Erling Haaland copying the celebration of Phil Foden there as well. Adrian, yeah, that Khusanov mistake, long forgotten. Long forgotten. We just need to be wary now. Make sure this isn't a grandstand finish. I agree with the beautiful game. I think Bernardo Silva is going to get my JSGC man of the match. But, Haaland, Foden, Kovacic, Akanji, they've been brilliant. Nadir says, give me a 4th and I'll say game over. Do you know, I've seen us blow a 3-0 lead this season, so we just can't sit pretty until we're 4 goals ahead. The geezer, Dan, that Club Brugge game could be very difficult, just purely because there's a lot of pressure on City. It's must win. There's no margin for error for City. No margin for error. And Nadir could be spot on with my 3-1 prediction. I'm not saying anything yet. The job isn't done. The job is not done. Anyway, guys, just 6 likes away from my target of 120. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. That's going to be given away by Chelsea. There could be a 4th. The beautiful games at the game on Wednesday. Enjoy. What a game to be at. It'll be a good game of football. Hopefully City can get the job done. Right. No grandstand finishes here, please. No grandstand finishes. I imagine they're still probably going to add 4 or 5 minutes on. That's enough time to score a couple of goals. Cucurella wants a free kick. City fans in top voice. The half-5 games always get a good atmosphere going. Always. Chelsea just knocking the ball around now into the 90th minute. Thank you, Ray. Much appreciated. 5 minutes it is then. Chelsea in. Oh, Chelsea are in here. Chelsea are in here. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo! Out for a throw-in. Not the best of balls in there. And City survive. Right, guys, just 3 likes to 120. Any help towards that would be great. Let's get the likes up. 120 likes. This has been a brilliant live stream. I've really enjoyed this. This has been the Manchester City of old. Really has. And it's been thoroughly enjoyable. 5 minutes, Nadir, have been added on. We're through the first, so 4 minutes to go. Do you know, Matheus Nunes has had a pretty good game as well for City. Had we not had that Khusanov mistake, this would have been a very comprehensive performance from Manchester City. And dare I suggest that going behind was a bit of a blessing for Man City. In the way of it's just forced Manchester City into no complacency. You've got to go. You've got to do it. Now is the moment. Do it now. The urgency. Oh, we're at hit 120 now. Can we make it 130? Any help towards that would be great. Adrian, I like Ederson. I love his distribution. If there's a game where I feel like teams aren't going to be having that many shots and we need the distribution, no problem with Ederson starting. If teams are going to put us on the back foot and it's going to be a very close game and shots are coming in, I just feel like Ortega would be the better pick for me. PSG midweek, I went with Ederson because he kept a clean sheet and he deserves to start that game. But to me, Ortega would have been the better option against PSG. Ederson is the better option for this game. Ederson's the better option for Club Brugge as well. I'm unsure about the Arsenal game. Game management from City. De Bruyne recognises it. To the corner flag. There's no danger for Manchester City in the Chelsea corner. Good stuff this from Manchester City. Real good stuff. Nadir, the new signings have helped us to rotate a little bit, giving us fresh energy, new blood, bit of optimism. The crowd have been up for it. We've all been up for it. We looked at the team sheet. We see Khusanov and we see Omar Marmoush in there and Vitor Reis on the bench. And all of a sudden, you know, we feel better. I read the bench out before. I said it to you guys. I feel, it's a strong bench. I feel good looking at the bench, knowing that there's players who can make the difference for City if we need them. And if we can just get round to rotating a little bit more and, 3-4 weeks' time, get everybody back bar Rodri, bring another player or two in this window, and all of a sudden, we're looking pretty good for the season. We're gonna miss Rodri. It's gonna happen. He's world class, the best player in the world. We're gonna miss him. It's gonna happen. It has to happen. But Chelsea could be in here. That's lovely. Phil Foden's been brilliant. He's nearly my JSGC man of the match. His defending's been brilliant, but it's got to be Bernardo Silva. He's been influential in this game for me. There's been lots of real strong performances from City. I mean, the referee just wants to feel the ball. So I thought he was just checking to see if the ball was flat, but now he's just going to roll it. Yeah, bring another player or two in this window. As long as one of them's extra covering defensive midfield, could be good to go. New players, new energy, strong performance from City. I think we've been the better team, with the better opportunities, been clinical in front of goal, and in my opinion, deserve the 3 points. Sky Sports are giving Josko Gvardiol the man of the match. I can see why they've done that. Scored City's first goal. He's looked very good, but to me, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, they're the teams. They're the players that have made the difference for me. Corner comes in from Chelsea. Haaland gets his head onto it. Chelsea have knocked it down and it's skied in the end. Colwill it is. Skies it into the stands. And that will be the win. It will be the 3 points. And now, we don't need to dwell on Wednesday night and what happened in Paris. We'll continue our good form in the Premier League. Another win notched off. We're into 4th. We've got some huge games coming up in the Premier League. One game at a time. Club Brugge must win. Champions League playoffs or exit. It's on the line. We've got to win that game. We need to focus right now. As soon as the referee blows the whistle, as soon as we boot this upfield, focus has to be on Club Brugge. Rest and recovery tomorrow. All out, full focus. Top atmosphere on Wednesday. Get behind the lads. Back the club. Let's make it happen. Big Chiefs are in for Manchester City. Big performance needed. And big performance has been delivered. And Manchester City, well-deserved winners for today's game. City winning by 3-1. Smiles on the City players' faces. We know we've not got Khusanov. We know we've not got Omar Marmoush on Wednesday night. So, we're taking the opportunity just to rotate and rest 2 or 3 players here. And they'll be good to come back in for Wednesday night. And we'll see what it is. And we'll see if we can progress into the playoffs of the Champions League. And of course, we'll have another live watch-along for you guys. Been a sensational stream, this. It's all down to you guys tuning in and interacting with me. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up on today's stream. 130 likes in the post-production is the aim. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Remember, aiming for 41,000 subscribers, less than 300 subscribers away. So any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. You can find them in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. You can go and check them out. It's a free app to download. They've helped me to give all the analysis and keep you up to date with all the latest scores for today's live stream. It's a free app to download, worthwhile getting, in particular if you like to keep up to date with all the latest scores, not just from football, but from all sports that you guys love to follow. It's free, worthwhile checking out, very highly rated, and a huge thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring this stream. Without the sponsors, these streams cannot happen, so I'd appreciate any interaction towards them, whether it be through downloading, through my link in the description, scanning the QR code on screen, or using the link in the live chat. I'll roll my promo video one more time. We'll end the stream there, and I'll have my live reaction. Live? Won't be live, but it will be my reaction. My reaction will be up within the next hour from this game as we look towards more of a busy end to the transfer window and also that huge game Wednesday night against Club Brugge. And thank you very much to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. It's nice to see Cole Palmer and Pep Guardiola embrace and having a good discussion there on the pitch as well. Clearly still getting along, which is fabulous to see. And he must be saying to him, do you want to come back to City? We could maybe make that happen. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Just 3 likes away from 130, so any help towards that would be great. And I'll see you all on Wednesday for the next live stream. Manchester City taking on Club Brugge, Champions League, European football for the rest of the season. It's on the line. It's must-win, high-pressure game. I'll see you for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace. Ciao for now.